So the question that I have is seriously, where did you guys go? The other day I was watching a vlog by Clintus and he was saying like a lot of the new vloggers that he found, he would see them and then he started going through his feed, wondering where they went, going through the subscriber list and whatnot. And it made me think. I've kind of noticed for a while now that it seems like the vlogging community, at least this newer vlogging community, they were really making moves and growing, and it was exciting. A lot of new people, a lot of new faces, and it was exciting to hear their stories. But somewhere down the line, something happened and they just no longer show up. And I guess my question is, why do you think that happened? If you ask me, I have my own theories, and I'm not here to judge anyone or really. Well, no, okay. I am going to voice my opinion. I've been very honest with myself and very honest with everyone that my hope is for my channel to grow. I started YouTube in the hopes of growing a channel and making it work for me. Living the American dream virtually on YouTube, you know? And I've been doing it for, I thought it was like 2 years. I think maybe it's 3 years. And I gave up a lot of times in between, but the only reasons I gave up is because it wasn't working to my expectations. So then when I think about other people and all the people that I've met doing content, whether it be Instagram or Facebook, YouTube, whatever you're doing, TikTok, the number one complaint I hear from people is that it's so hard and it's so hard to grow. And I'll tell you that, yeah, YouTube, super hard to grow, way harder than I imagined, way more difficult, and it's not for the lighthearted. But the funny thing is, when I started vlogging or joining, like creating vlogs, I kind of felt guilt because I felt like I was coming from a different perspective of this person that doesn't say, oh, I'm just doing it for fun, just trying to like give me a hobby or something to do. And you know, I think that's fine. I think that's great if you do that. I think that's 100% pure. And I wish I could say the same. But I honestly started YouTube because, like I said, I wanted to grow. I have that dream of being monetized. I don't know if I need a silver plaque on my wall, but I mean, you know, I would love to make a channel that was adding value to the world. And there's a lot of other things you get out of it. I mean, documenting your life, I think, is really fun. I think it's enjoyable to look back at times that have passed. But, you know, at the end of the day, my hope is to grow my channel. So it just makes me wonder if people quit because maybe they weren't being honest with themselves, that maybe, just maybe, part of you does want to make it. And I don't think there should be shame in that, but I think for some reason there is shame. I think sometimes people, I don't know, I feel like maybe there's a little bit of shame in trying to put yourself out there and actually wanting to make it happen. So my question for people is really like, are you truthfully being honest with yourself that you don't necessarily want to make something? Sup, dude? How are you? Yeah. I know what's happened to me recently is, I would say it's comparison is the thief of joy. You know, I saw this amazing video by some YouTuber, and the caliber of the level of their video was just insane. And I was thinking to myself, wow, he's got the views, he's got the likes, he's got the comments. So obviously, this is what works on YouTube. And you know, I'm not hitting that mark. And when I see his content, I realize I may not ever hit that mark. So then I have two options. I could either quit, or I could just continue to go on my path and try to get better. Once I take a step back and I realize, I know that everyone's little path on this YouTube journey is so completely different. And the minute you start comparing is the minute that you get these weird thoughts in your head. And ultimately, you have two choices. You could either sink or swim. I think that's a normal thought process because YouTube is probably one of the hardest things that I've ever done in my life. Not just learning how to speak to this lens, but also, you know, being comfortable, also being comfortable enough with yourself to put yourself out there and, you know, speak your truth. That's hard. People are going to judge, people are going to have thoughts, and that's just a part of the process that you got to be willing to do. I know for some people, they say that, you know, life happened or these kind of situations happened in their lives and it made it hard for them to create. But I will tell you that I think that in those hard times or in those real life moments, that's where there's a gold mine of content to be shared. You know, everyone goes through different things in life, and a lot of times, I mean, oftentimes, you feel like you're the only one going through it. A lot of it sometimes is embarrassing. A lot of it is disappointing because, you know, I'm 48 years old and I know there's been a lot of times in my life where I thought I was going to be different. I thought I was going to be in a different stage of my life. I thought life was honestly going to be more rewarding for me. And a lot of times it hasn't. But at the same time, there's been a lot of times that I've just sulked. I've just sulked in my little cocoon and just, you know, felt like I was all alone. And I guess my point is just that, A, whatever you're going through, you're not alone. There's, I don't know how many millions of people on YouTube actively watching videos, trying to relate to things that they're going through because they feel alone. So they search it up. And by taking that road of not sharing your struggles or your highs and your lows, you know, I think if you are truly trying to build and grow, you're just missing out on a lot of opportunities. I mean, there's definitely a comfort level for everyone. Not all people are going to want to put their shit out there. I get that. To be honest with you, I'm someone that likes to put my shit out there because I just got to a point where I don't even care. But I do care still about looking stupid. I mean, I don't know, but I will tell you, it gets easier the more you go along. It's just, you feel less stupid. So one of the things that I didn't expect from doing this YouTube at all was the fact that I was able to find community. And when I say community, I mean people that would like root me on, and in turn I was able to root them on, not just for accountability, but just actually true friendship. Just listen to what they're saying and offer some thoughts on it, and they would offer their thoughts on mine. And it just made me feel seen for the first time in a long time. I didn't post for the last few days because I just got in my head. And one of them from the community, I don't want to call him out, but he reached out to me and he asked if I was okay. And that was one of the most amazing conversations I've had because So many times in life, even in real life, people won't do that. People won't pick up the phone or send you an email, however they have to contact you. They're not going to reach out and see how you're doing. And I understand everyone, everyone is going through their own situations. But when you find community, it's it's like a game changer. And it's a game changer in this YouTube journey because there's going to be struggles. There's going to be lows. And most people that you talk to aren't going to understand what it's like to post a video that you worked on for 6 hours, 3 days, a week, and find out that you only had 10 views. And most of them were your mom and your cousin. You know, I think that finding community is going to be the best thing for you to continue the process. But when the community disappears, that sucks. I know for me, luckily, I've been able to put myself out there and connect with some creators that I don't think are going away anytime soon. And I think part of the reason they don't is because like we root each other on. And the thing is, the community isn't like fenced off. This community is open for anyone to join, anyone to connect with. It's just you got to participate. And I think all of us will root you on if you want to go on this journey of, just sharing whatever knowledge you gained over your years of life. And you want to meet good people. I think everyone's tribe is different. For me, I was able to connect with people that aren't from my small circle world. And they've made a huge impact on my life because not only do I feel like they're genuinely, wholeheartedly rooting for me, I'm genuinely, wholeheartedly rooting for them to succeed as well. I think at the end of the day, there's a lot of people that vlog, and it's easy to get it confused because at the beginning you're thinking, I'm just going to vlog my day and show what I'm doing. But I guess to me, like the more I make these things, I try to find a way where my vlog can, somehow help you in your way. Like maybe it gives you comfort to watch someone getting beat down by waves of life. Like for me, I'm beat down all the time, and I don't mind sharing those experiences because I think it's real. I think it's the reality of life, and I don't mind sharing that. But I don't know. This might have gone all over the place. I guess my point at the end of the day, let me talk to you like directly. If you're someone that was part of the community and you decided this just wasn't working, like what wasn't working? You sharing or the time that it took to create a video? Because a lot of these guys, and maybe you as well, were just doing one-shot vlogs. And you said you didn't care if there were mistakes and it was just reality and who you were. So like, I don't understand. Like you can make a 5-minute vlog. You can make a 3-minute vlog. The fact is, we were gonna be there to like follow, watch, and show up. And if you're someone that's just like on the sidelines and you're scared of putting yourself out there, I understand that. But at the same time, just understand there's a community here for you. There's a lot of great people that are willing to support you on your journey. And I think it's fair to say, like, you just naturally support them back. It's just kind of what we do. But yeah, my question is like, where the hell did you guys go? And I'm gonna continue on the journey regardless. I was just watching 1883, and they go along the Oregon Trail. And there's some people that just aren't gonna make it. There's just, you look at them and you know, dude, this guy doesn't have what it takes to cross the wild frontier of America. And there's some people where you're like, obviously this guy's going to be in the last episode. And I guess the question is like, who are you? Are you going to ride out? Are you going to ride out the storm? Are you willing to get chased by bandits and fulfill your dream and make it to Oregon? You know, I know for me, I'm headed to Oregon, not in reality. 1883 talk. I'm headed to Oregon. I'm going to build something for my family. And you're welcome to come with. And I'm more than willing to show you what I learned along the way and help you along the process. So if you're an 1883 fan, maybe you'll understand, but I'm going to take my wagon and I'm going to cross the frontier. Whether you're coming or not, that's up to you. But I'm going to meet a lot of friends along the way, and I'm going to make sure it's a good time for me. Because at the end of the day, this isn't all about monetizing. This isn't all about whatever. Like I said, the wildest thing that I found out from this is that you can meet some really good people and amazing friends. And like, I'm going to make sure they get it. And I'm going to make sure I get it as well. Because life is too short to just sit on the sidelines your whole life. You know, sometimes you just got to do the thing, you know, and I'm going to do it. So that's it for today. And it's not to be like lecturing or anything. I'm just genuinely curious. Where the hell are you guys at?